Mark Dougan. I was just called by Alexander Druki from Alabama, United States. How are you, sir?
I'm okay. How are you?
I'm well. First of all, I just heard of you. I had never heard of you before. In fact, I thought you were somebody else. So I just want to make it clear that I haven't actually tried contacting you, and it's your voluntary contacting me. You're voluntarily contacting me. Is this correct?
No, that's correct. My defender here in the DPR allowed me to use this phone and provided me your number. Said that we could do an interview.
Okay. So tell me, first a little background. You're from Alabama. Were you ever in the military?
I'm from Alabama. I was in the U.S. Army Reserve for 12 years.
Okay. How did you make your way? How did you end up getting to Ukraine?
That was completely on my own. I came by myself and I funded it myself. Bought a plane ticket from Atlanta to get to Warsaw, and then bought a bus ticket from Warsaw to Ukraine.
Okay. When did you do that?
I arrived in Lviv on April 15th of this year.
Oh, okay. So after the start of the operation.
Right.
And you came to Lviv. Were you at that facility that got bombed?
No, I did briefly pass through there after the fact. I did see the damage done, but I was not present for that.
Ah, okay. And what was your role? What were you doing while you were there?
Well, I came to Ukraine because I saw everything that we were seeing in Western media, where it looked like the Ukrainians needed help. They were fleeing their homes and that kind of thing. So I came over to see, if I could be of some kind of help. When I arrived in Ukraine, it seemed like I got pushed in kind of in the direction of the Legion, the International Legion. There weren't really many other options presenting themselves, and so I did explore that one. I trained with them briefly. I was there for about 11 days. I was under contract for about 8 days, and then I left the International Legion.
Okay. So you were with some International Legion. Okay. So how did you end up in custody of the Donetsk People's Republic?
After traveling around Ukraine for a while with a couple friends I had met in the Legion, we were trying to find a good home that could make sure we had official paperwork that we were in the country legally and we weren't in a militia, that kind of thing. And one of the guys I was traveling with, he was contacted by a friend that he did prior to my arrival, who said that his unit had some spots open and they could take us and they could get us all the proper documentation. We made our way to that unit.
Okay.
We had been down in the south of the country trying to find a unit, so on our way to Kharkov, we stopped in Kyiv. We signed contracts for the Ukrainian Army to join this unit on June 7th. Caught the night train and met them June 8th. Got settled in to their quarters, our new quarters on June 8th, and then June 9th they sent us out on our first mission, which did not go well. And myself and one other guy, my friend Andy, we were captured.
Okay. So you were captured rather quickly.
Yes.
All right. Did you engage in any fighting?
No, that was my permit in Ukraine. My friend Andy, he was assigned to the RPG gunners, and he did our one round for that RPG that did not hit anything. I was his assistant and had extra ammunition, but we didn't have to use it. So I did not fire a single shot.
Got it. Okay. So, what's the result now? Did you have a trial?
Not indefinite yet. I'm being told that I'm facing charges of being a mercenary, that I could be looking at the death penalty. I signed a lawyer, but we haven't met to discuss those charges, and I haven't been brought to any kind of formal trial or sentencing yet. I'm working closely with people here, and trying to work closely with the U.S. government to the DPR is trying to do a prisoner swap release, so we're trying to every avenue to try to make that happen.
Okay. So why don't you publicly petition to have Julian Assange swapped for you?
I'm not entirely sure how that would work. I know I've given a lot of interviews and said that that's what's on the table. I've spoken to representatives in the U.S. government, and they know that that's what's on the table. I don't know if you can explain to me about me having Julian Assange brought in.
Well, because that would put a lot of pressure. On these Western governments to have Julian Assange swapped. And everybody knows that Assange is a very valuable, I don't want to say valuable, but because, he's already given up everything he knows. So it's not that he's valuable, but he's very, I guess I could call it a prestigious prisoner swap. And if you were to make some public proclamation, that it could put a lot of pressure on the Western governments. To Donetsk or Moscow or somewhere.
I'm certainly not in a position of power to demand anything like that.
Well, no, of course you're not. But what I'm saying is, if you write a letter of request, it was just a thought my friend from Germany had come up with. I thought it was actually very good. I thought it was good because, because I think that the governments over here would go for it. And, really, what does he mean to the United States other than they want to burn him, right? So, that's... Yeah.
I don't know if that's a name or an option that the government's sort of tossing around. It's certainly, might be great if they decide they want to swap it forward, in my opinion,
Yeah, no, and I don't know.
Yeah. They're willing to talk me for anybody, and I'm willing to be talked, I suppose.
Yeah. So what is next for you? You have a wife or a family back home?
I'm twice divorced and no kids, so that's not a problem. I've got parents, and I've got brothers and a sister and a dog, and some people that I'm not going to bring back and see and give out to. Certainly, I'm in a holding pattern right now, and so I spend a lot of time sitting to myself and thinking about what life's going to be like when I get back home. And I haven't quite decided that. I think I would like to find some way to put some positivity back into the world. It certainly changed my outlook on my life, but I'm not quite sure how that's going to manifest itself.
Yeah. Question. You probably didn't hear much about what was happening in Donbass before you came, because most people haven't. Most people have never even heard of the Donbass.
As I've been in captivity and been able to speak to people here, I've found out that was the major fault in my plan, is I had no idea what was going on in this region.
Right. Well, it's understandable because nobody talks about it. The Western media sure doesn't talk about it. But I'm just curious what your outlook now is in regards what has been happening to the citizens in Donbass for the last 8 years. You know, have you gotten to speak to any people that are from the Donbass? I don't know how they have you in jail there, but perhaps you are in captivity with people like maybe somebody who committed a crime, like a prisoner that is from Donbass, or.
Myself, I'm in solitary, but I have had opportunities to speak with representatives and soldiers from Donbass, and get their perspective. And you know, I hear the explosions that are going on almost daily the whole time I've been here. So you know, I know there are things going on here that I was not informed of. That to them it is a civil war. It's a strive for independence.
Yeah.
You know, I was not aware of that, and so I'm deeply sorry that I involved myself in something that I did not know the full story. I didn't know the full extent.
Sure. No, dude, I totally get it. I think we've all been there, but unfortunately, it's a little more severe for you than at this point. When you guys were taken by the Russians or by the Donetsk People's Republic, you know, you hear the West saying how disorganized and how underfunded and the low morale of the Russian and the military of the Donetsk People's Republic. You know, and this is, look, if I'd rather an honest answer than or no answer. If you don't want to answer it, it's fine. But what's your opinion on that?
I'm glad you brought that up. It is something that I noticed. You know, I saw those same reports about, you know, ill-trained and ill-equipped and all this, and that's not what I saw when I was captured. And I would like to point out that those soldiers were exceptionally kind to me and my friend. They you know, they could have executed us right then and there, but they gave us food, gave us water. They treated us like me. And I really appreciated that. You know, a few of them have even said, hey, when this is over, that you can come back as a friend. And that was certainly not what I expected.
Yeah, I've been living in Moscow for the last 5-6 years, and frankly speaking, that's what I find. The people are just, I mean, they're the best. And I'm under no obligation to say that, by the way. It's just, you know. So, man. Yes, I did hear of you. I did. Alright. So,
been in captivity for about a month now, and apparently word has gotten around. That's what I'm told.
Yeah, you were with another guy, I think a former Marine, yeah?
Yeah, my friend Andy, yes.
Yeah, have you communicated with him since you guys have been captured?
We've been kept largely separate. We have been together on a few occasions. I did see him about a week ago when we were taken to do a couple interviews, but I haven't seen him since.
One last thing, because I think you're running short on time. What would you suggest to other people that see Western media reports and think that they want to come to Ukraine? What message do you have for those guys, like the Reddit guys and these other people?
I would say they really need to think it through, and they need to make sure that they are better informed than I was.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I tried to find all kinds of different news sources and articles and everything before I came to see what the situation was like, but you know, in the West we get Western media.
Yeah.
I didn't get the other viewpoint, and I think that's something that anybody who is even remotely thinking about making this decision, they need to find a way to get the other viewpoint.
Yeah. I mean,
that's part of their decision process.
you know, not speaking Russian, when I came over here, for years I'd never even heard of what happened in Donbass until I joined VContact and started seeing the posts. And you're right. The Western media they don't mention anything about it. So. Well, how much time do you have left, or are you out?
I'm out of time.
Okay. Well, look, I'd love to speak to you again sometime.
I tend to get, I'm allowed to use the phone every few days, so I should have another opportunity.
Okay. Well, look, I
possibly find it.
Okay. Well, I should be coming to Donetsk soon, and maybe I can pop by and meet you guys and do a more proper interview. I'm a laid-back guy. I'm not judgmental, so I try to see all points of view. So I hope I hope it's comfortable.
Yeah, I'd be willing to speak with you again, sure.
Okay, cool. Look, don't don't worry until the fat lady sings, and because you'll just lose sleep over who knows what. But keep your head up, and we'll just have to see what the future brings.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. Dougan.
Hey, it's John, and thank you so much, Alexander.
All right, take care.
Yeah, you too. Goodbye.
All right, bye.